If the world feels like it's in chaos and you're wondering how you can keep it together, this will help. I'll be reading a beautiful explanation of how humanity is in the dawn of the Golden Heart era, and then share a guided self-practice you can use to rebalance and harmonize your system so you can feel steady and clear. Welcome to the Living Altar with Skyananda. Let's dive in. Essay for the World, The Awakening of the Golden Heart, Fall of 2025 through Winter of 2026. A Message for Humanity's New Dawn by Dr. Thomas A. Giammatteo. Introduction. As we move into the fall of 2025 and the winter of 2026, the energies of humanity are bursting forth with the new light of the Golden Heart. A radiant wave of awakening is spreading across the planet, calling forth the remembrance of who we truly are. This moment marks the dawning of our unconscious consciousness, the threshold of a new era of humankind. It is not merely a change of season, but a transformative evolution of mind, body, and spirit. Every breath, every thought, every heartbeat aligns us more deeply with the frequency of compassion, unity, and higher wisdom. From this inner radiance, a new civilization of consciousness is being born. One guided by love, harmony, and the luminous intelligence of the Golden Heart. The turning of the seasons, the turning of the soul. As the earth enters the final arc of 2025 and moves towards the winter of 2026, the rhythms of nature mirror a profound inner transformation within humanity itself. The crisp air and golden light of autumn carry a deeper message, one of awakening, remembrance, and renewal. Across continents and cultures, a quiet but powerful frequency is rising, the light of the Golden Heart. This light is not bound by religion or ideology. It is the resonance of pure consciousness awakening within the human spirit. A light born from both our trials and triumphs. The past decades have been a crucible of change. Pandemics, wars, shifting economies, and the acceleration of artificial intelligence have tested the very fabric of what it means to be human. Yet through that pressure, something magnificent is emerging. A new coherence between the mind, body, and soul. The birth of unconscious consciousness. We stand at the threshold of what may be called our unconscious consciousness. The merging of our instinctive emotional intelligence and higher awareness. Humanity is beginning to access dimensions of perception once reserved for mystics and visionaries. This is not a sudden leap, but an organic evolution. The next step in the continuum of human potential. The collective unconscious, once hidden beneath the noise of fear and division, is surfacing into the light of shared awareness. We are beginning to see through the illusion of separation, remembering that consciousness is not something we possess, it is what we are. In this awakening, our very biology begins to change. The nervous system recalibrates to frequencies of peace. The fascia, organs, and cellular structures begin to harmonize with new patterns of coherence. The body becomes a tuning fork for higher intelligence, and the mind becomes a servant of the wisdom of the heart. The golden heart as humanity's new compass. The golden heart represents the alchemical union of science and spirit, structure and flow, healing and creation. It is both a physiological and metaphysical center, the seat of compassion, intuition, and universal resonance. When this heart awakens within an individual, empathy expands beyond personal identity. When it awakens within a culture, peace and cooperation naturally emerge. When it awakens within the species, the course of civilization changes. We are witnessing the early dawn of this transformation now, in the growing movement toward holistic medicine, integrative education, conscious technology, sustainable living, and communities founded on empathy rather than control. Each act of kindness, each moment of mindfulness, each genuine connection contributes to the planetary activation of this golden frequency. From fragmentation to wholeness, holosynthesis. New word, kind of challenging. The old world is based on fragmentation. Mind versus body, science versus spirit, self versus other. But the new era calls for integration. In the language of integrative manual therapy and structural medicine, this is the movement from dyssynergy to harmonic coherence. The body, mind, and spirit realigning into a singular, dynamic whole. Holosynthesis. This integration extends beyond the individual. It is the merging of East and West, ancient and modern, masculine and feminine, intellect and intuition. It is the remembrance that healing does not happen in isolation, but within relationship to one another, to the earth, and to the field of consciousness that binds us all. The evolutionary invitation. Fall 2025 and winter 2026 mark not just a calendar transition, but a threshold event in human evolution. We are being invited to live consciously in the field of unity, to embody the golden heart not as a metaphor, but as a daily practice. This invitation asks us to slow down, breathe deep, and listen, not to the noise of fear, but to the subtle rhythms of life moving through us. It calls us to choose creation over reaction, coherence over chaos, and love over separation. Each of us is both participant and architect in this evolution. The golden heart is not something to be found, it's something to be remembered. When awakened, it radiates through our relationships, our work, our art, and our medicine, transforming every action into a sacred expression of consciousness. A new civilization of consciousness. In the years ahead, as this wave of golden light expands, new models of healing, learning, and leadership will emerge. Medicine will honor the intelligence of the fascia and the frequency of intention. Education will nurture the whole human being, not just the intellect. Technology will serve consciousness, not replace it. The Golden Heart civilization will not be built through conquest or competition, but through cooperation and creativity. It is being born now, quietly, gently, within the hearts of those who are ready to remember. As light returns to the human field, we rediscover what the ancients knew and what modern science is beginning to confirm. Consciousness is the true fabric of reality. And through the heart, that consciousness becomes love in motion. Closing reflection. Let us enter the coming season not in fear of endings, but in celebration of beginnings. The leaves may fall, but the roots deepen. The darkness may lengthen, but the inner light grows brighter. This is the dawn of the Golden Heart era, a time when the world heals not by force, but by frequency, not by domination, but by resonance. Let us walk this path together as radiant beings of love, wisdom, and unity, the next evolution of humankind. The wisdom of Smokey's transcension. Just want to sit with that beautiful vibration for a moment. When I first read that, I knew I had to share it. It is just so absolutely beautiful and really helps to understand what's going on right now, how all this breaking down is actually clearing the way for all the light that's coming in. And I can feel it within my own life. I can feel how there is a whole new light, a whole new identity emerging within myself. And I do my best to walk it every single day, to attune to myself and to release control, to be in the present moment and to really align myself with the light, with my intuition, with where spirit guides me. And I walk this every day, every minute that I possibly can. Of course, I'm human and I may falter here and there, but I do my very best. And because of that, I live a life of bliss, of gratitude, and purpose. And I want the same thing for you. So I hope you found this as moving as I did. Okay, let's jump into the guided self-practice. Okay, so this is a very, very simple practice. All you need is 2 hands. Okay, so you'll have one hand on your stomach the entire time, and the other hand will move to different parts of your body. You can switch hands, it doesn't matter. One hand doesn't have to hold it the whole time. It's whatever's comfortable for you, okay? And ultimately, you want to be holding each of these positions. There's going to be 5 total positions, and you want to be holding each of these positions for a total of 15 minutes. Now, if you only have 10 minutes, you can hold each position for 2 minutes and then do it again when you have another 10 minutes. But you ultimately want to be getting to a point where you've held each position for a total of 15 minutes each. Okay? And you can do this while watching TV. You can do this while standing in line at the grocery store. You know, you can do this anywhere that's comfortable for you. So I highly suggest that you take notes of the position of the hands. So let me share what that will be. So one hand will be on your stomach. So your stomach is one of the positions that will be held the entire time. And then the other position is the position that will move. Okay, so one hand to the stomach and the other hand to the liver. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I'm in frame for you to see that, but one hand is to the stomach and the other hand is to the liver. Then you'll move the hand that's from on the liver to the bladder. Then from the bladder, you'll move to the thymus. From the thymus, you'll move to the top of the head, and then from the top of the head to the left hip. So to put it another way, you'll have one hand on your stomach, one hand on your liver. Hold that for as long as your time allows. And then one hand to the stomach and one hand to the bladder. Then one hand to the stomach, one hand to the thymus. One hand to the stomach, one hand to the top of the head. One hand to the stomach and one hand to the left hip. Okay? And once again, you can exchange hands so that it's comfortable for you. And you can do this as many times as you possibly want. You have this entire season to be attuning and aligning to these energies. And what this practice is doing is exactly that. It's aligning the harmonics of your body to the harmonics of the planetary energies. So it's a beautiful way to really connect with yourself and connect to the blessings that we are being given, to the dawning of the golden heart era. Oh, I'm so excited for this time, and I'm excited to step into this dawn of this new era with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you do the practice, let me know how it goes for you. I love to hear how these transformations help people, or how I just love to hear what your experience is like. Also, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. There'll be lots more to come. Thank you once again for tuning in. I am Sky Ananda with the Living Altar. As always, divine love and infinite blessings. Namaste. Okay.